And thank you for everybody for coming. I haven't seen you yet, but I imagine you're somewhere. Oh, there you are. Oh, there's a whole group of you. All right, well that's much bigger than I thought. Hello. Well, and you've just seen a film about ayahuasca, so you may be in a slightly different state of mind right now, but I just wanted to greet you and to say thank you for coming and spending part of your evening. But I am happy to share anything I can about my other knowledge of ayahuasca, or about how the film was made, or anything that's sort of interest to you. What's nice about the Skype calls is I kind of feel like I'm there with you, so I don't feel so far away.
In a sense, you are. So.
Is it still light outside where you are?
Yes.
It's getting dark, but there are lights on behind.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. It's nice to see the room, actually.
Yeah, I was trying to turn the computer around for you so you can see people.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, geez, I've never seen myself before. That's rather large.
Don't pick your nose.
No, I won't. Let me just have a quick glass of water. Okay, that's kind of scary.
How about that? Is that better? A little better?
How's the audio for everybody there? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think this might be the
right.
Pretty good.
Yeah? Okay. That's a good sized screen too, so that's nice. Now your volume seems to be doing strange things there, Aaron. I don't know what that is.
Oh, I think that was the table.
I was dragging a table around. Are you, did you get that set up at all? The recorder thing?
We should ask him.
Yeah, that's pretty nice because I can see everybody.
Do you want to ask him?
Are we ready to go? Do you have that recording?
I think it's going.
Oh, okay, well.
Let's see. Actually, Aaron, let me ask you. Is there a little red light blinking on your computer? On the Skype thing? Do you see a little red light blinking anywhere?
A little red light now.
Let me see. No, it's going. It's going from my side anyway.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess a question that I had is, I'm curious as to what your if you have any personal experiences with ayahuasca and what your initial involvement with it, pursuing this knowledge and experience was.
Well, it goes back a little bit earlier in my life. I've been a documentary filmmaker for quite a while, but one of my main areas of interest has been tribal wisdom, tribal knowledge, and what we in the modern world might learn from indigenous people. And years ago, I did a series called Millennium: Tribal Wisdom and the Modern World, and that was for PBS. And in making that series, we had actually filmed with a group of people in Colombia called the Macuna, who used yahe, or ayahuasca, as part of initiations or rites of passage, particularly for young men, but sometimes for young women. But it was a strictly indigenous affair. It wasn't something that Western people were involved with at all. And I had also filmed with the Huichol of Mexico, the Huichol Indians of Mexico, who go on the annual hunt for the peyote cactus, right, in the sacred desert of Wirikuta. And I had seen how profound it was for indigenous people within their own cultures to use the sacred plants for healing and for their own spiritual growth and awareness of their place within the cosmos, basically. And I had always wondered, well, why was this not accessible to Westerners? Why was this something that was sort of off limits to Westerners? It didn't make sense to me. And when I found out, I guess maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that people were beginning from the West, were going to the Amazon to have experiences with mestizo and indigenous groups who drink ayahuasca, thought, well, here's a perfect opportunity to try and explore something which might be an ongoing significant transformation for our own culture. But here was at last an opportunity to learn from the traditional wisdom keepers how to use these sacred plants in a way that's sort of non-recreational and that's actually beneficial for the West as well. So that's why I undertook to do this film. You know, I'm hearing a bit of echo. Are you hearing any echo? Any reverb on the volume?
It's the echo in the room.
Yeah. We're in a big, we're in a church right now, so.
Well, that's an appropriate place.
I thought so, actually. But,
that's a good place. You have to use those sacred spaces for something.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, that's much better, Aaron. Yeah.
Everybody still here, all right?
Yeah, I think so.
And so it's just that whoever's asking the question will have to get a little closer to the mic at the computer.
Okay.
That's good, because then I don't hear the background noise as much.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Anybody else have a question to ask?
His name is Richard.
Yeah, you want to come up?
I'll answer your second part later, Aaron, about how it affected me personally.
Okay.
But I didn't dodge that, I just forgot it. Okay.
Hi, Richard. I'm David Spear. And
Hello, David.
I'm a professional healer, and I'm interested in the healing aspects. And I was wondering, where are we seeing you? What town are you in? Where are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have introduced myself more fully. I'm in Toronto, Canada right now.
Okay.
And this is where I live. I have lived in Boston, and I have lived in New York for a short period of time. And I have lived in Los Angeles for a short period of time. But I'm actually born and raised here in Toronto. And so it's not that far away from Pittsburgh, actually, just due north, I think.
I've been there. It's a beautiful, big city.
Yeah, it's a very big city, and it's surprising how many people are beginning to open up to these alternative modes of healing, and who are genuinely curious. I tended to think that it would just be folks on the West Coast, because things seem to gravitate there. But no, there's quite a lot of interest on our side of the continent and in Europe as well. So I'm very pleased to be part of the Evolver network that is disseminating ideas and discussing with other people, like-minded people, you know?
Yes. I wanted to ask, what it seems like the people who participate in this ceremony, they seem to get in contact with themselves as well as with the oneness in the universe and the Creator in that oneness. Is that essentially, am I saying it correctly?
Yes, you are saying it correctly. People perceive it differently, and they have their own language to describe it, because the experience of each person is different. It's unique to their own personality, their own matrix. But when they get in touch with those sort of deeper rhythms that are all around us and always have been and always are, it's part of being in a material form, they experience it differently. But one of the commonalities is that the notion of the ego body, or the body ego, can disappear. And so without that protection around "this is me" idea, they can actually embrace an identity that is more connected to other people, to other living forms on the planet, and indeed to other aspects of existence, period, within the universe. So sometimes that's visual, sometimes they actually see these things, other times it's not even visual. I think sometimes the discussions about ayahuasca on the internet are sometimes misleading, because people talk about the visualizations all the time, but sometimes it's not so much that, it's about the feeling. It's about the feeling